So the next thing we have here is we have expenses now. So like I said that we are going to look at expenses. The expense, let me quickly run through the slides that I have here so that we can tackle that now. The training we are going to have now is about expenses. The importance of expenses cannot be overestimated because every company, money is moving in, money is moving out. If you are selling and you are not buying, the company will die. You're just selling. When you sell finish, what will happen? So there's no way you will be running businesses and the money will be moving in and out from bank, from bank to cash, from cash to product. So the money will be moving in and moving out. I think we have some accountants in the among us here, so we will not spend so much time on this. So, but for businesses too, since we are focusing on small businesses, so most of these businesses cannot track their expenses. Most of them cannot track their expenses. That is the reason why, as a data entry person, one can actually move out to them and tell them, "This, oh, madam, I know that you do this and that. I can help you to manage this so that at the end of the month, even you yourself will know how much you have invested from out of your personal money into these businesses. You know, they can just buy anything from their pocket and just add to the business. So they don't know, they don't separate, they find it difficult to separate their own money from whatsoever. So the tracking expenses can help you with to stay on budget. When you have a budget of a particular whatsoever, when you track your expenses, you know. If you, for example, now somebody give you maybe a project. Let's do example of somebody who is doing what do you call it? Those who organize party. Those who organize party. What name do you call them, please? You want somebody to event management. So, which means that if somebody get that kind of contract, and if you are not taking, you spend money more than what you quoted for. You spend more money. Imagine somebody say, okay, you call Pasuma, you buy one truck of this, you rent this apartment. So, and you already have a budget for that business. If you don't track your expenses, you might spend more maybe on caterer or drinks or whatsoever. Madam, we don't have this. So you have to check, please. Madam, we don't have this. What we budgeted for, we have bought it. You said we should buy 25 crate of this, and we bought 25 crate. It has finished. It has finished. So if you want to increase that budget, they increase your money and you increase the budget too. But if you don't track your expenses, in most cases, that's where most companies get losses. I met a friend sometimes ago, and I said, he's a furniture guy. I said, okay, if you buy you buy wood and you buy nails and this and that, cost 120,000, and you fabricated a chair for 150,000. How much is the price? 30,000 naira. I said, you are wrong. You are wrong. What about other expenses that even your transportation to and fro from home, electricity bill, you are going to use electricity, the rent, the and that, even your guys, even you pay yourself. How much if you are going to take the job of somebody else, how much will you charge? Somebody is giving you the job as your workmanship, how much? So it is after you have factored in all these expenses that you can say that you are making profit. So in most cases, small businesses find it difficult to track their expenses. At the end of the month, they think they are making money, but in the actual sense, they are making losses. So expenses can help you to where you identify areas to cut your cost. You want to claim tax deductions. For example, if you work with company that deduct your tax, or you bought something, they charge you, we call it input VAT. So when you want to remit VAT, you're going to remove the input VAT from the, let's say we bought a roll of paper for 10,000 naira and they charge us 750 naira as the VAT. Now we printed for 14,000 naira and we too we charge the VAT of about let's say 1,200. So when we want to pay our VAT for that amount, we are going to remove 750 from that 1,200 so that we only pay the 450 to government. But if you don't have your record, it will be difficult to claim your tax or your deduction. And that will also make you to make informed decision when you track your inflow and you track your outflow. So there are so many methods by which you can do that. The traditional method is by using tracking document to track in paper. That's the traditional method of doing it, and which is what most companies are doing, even up to now. So the second one is to use expense software, like we want to see in the Loivers. We have it in NEOMS. We have it in I think Keeper also have it. Keeper, when I open it, I think it has okay, we saw it now. Keeper has expenses management whatsoever, and we also have it in Zoho Invoice too. So Zoho Invoice, but the Keeper is, like I said, is Nigerian whatsoever. So, and I don't think it will be expensive, but it will be somehow very cheap compared to the price of other ones. But since we have a free version of a Zoho book, if it's just that you want to track the expenses, yeah, go ahead and use free software to track expenses. And the third one is to use combination of manual and automated tracking. You use the two together. So for the software, we're going to use Zoho Invoice. For the manual spread, for the manual tracking with the digital tools, we can use lack of spreadsheet, either Excel or we use Google Sheet. For the purpose, but if it is a personal business or you are using, I think it's always good if you can cultivate the habit of using Google Sheet. It's very good. Your information will not lost. The moment you put on your data, it quickly sync and updated. So it doesn't keep your data on your desktop or your mobile. It keeps your data in the cloud, and it makes your job safer. And if you are working with somebody too, it's better to use Google Sheet. You can also share. You can even share the information with just such a person that the person can see it and can collaborate on the same work. So we have spreadsheet, we have electronic form, and the same our WhatsApp, which is a general. WhatsApp is more or less like a general tool for almost anything now, from marketing to sales. We can also use to track some information too. So let's quickly see how we can manage some of this. So let's go back to our Zoho Invoice now. Zoho Invoice. So now let's record expense first. I think under the settings here, we have expense category. Although I'm going to include some expense category into the cost too. So we have all these expense category, and you see them here. Category. These are the categories that the Oyinbo people has put already into the software. Can you see? So all these are the software that they already. So if you want to add a new category that is not here, I think transportation is not here, right? Okay, transportation expenses. A small business may not travel. Yeah, transportation expenses, transportation. No, I think they use a small letter. Transportation expenses. Safe. That is as simple as that. You can add as many as possible. You can see our transportation expenses already here now. So any expenses that you see is missing, you can quickly add it. And that is that. So now let's leave settings and go back to our expenses. Okay, somebody want to add expenses here now. Let's see how you can add expenses. Very interesting thing. Number one. So here you can add your expenses one by one. You want to record it. Today is the 20th of May, or you want to change the date of the activity, you put it. Category name, advertising. The amount spent, 200 naira or 2,000 naira. If it has tax or no tax, you leave it. Reference invoice number. If it has number, you add it. Any note to it. Which customer name? This customer name. This one is when your customer, you remember we created suppliers. Ajasco is our supplier. But sometimes you also sell to them or you incur some expenses. If the expenses is billable, you put billable here. You get it now? You charge it. That means you're going to charge it from, you're going to charge it to whatever you want to sell to Ajasco. So if you are tying the expenses to a particular project, you are tying to a particular project, let's say you are doing a project, you bought A and B and C. Okay, like Mr. Kanye said last week. For example, now we can create Unity Bank t-shirt project. So the one every expenses you incur on Unity Bank, you'll be selecting the project here. You'll be adding the project one by one, so that at the end of the day, all expenses on Unity project, you can actually total them and see how much you spend on that. But for the purpose of just small expenses, let's just keep this one for now. Let's see. We have recorded our expenses. We want to add another expenses, just click on add and pick the category. This time around, let's say we automobile expenses. We bought fuel of 1,000 naira and no customer. And another good thing here, if you have a hard copy of receipt, you can upload it. Can you see the reason why all these software are better than our manual this thing? So that you can even forget, you may not even see it at the end of the day. But with this, you can upload that receipt and keep it as evidence. You can quickly upload it and you have it. So if you don't do that, just save. This time around, we don't have any customer. We don't attach it to any customer this time around. So that is that on how to add our expenses. So let's go back and see more thing. Now I click on new again. Want to add new expenses. We also have bulk add expenses. Here, I'm clicking on bulk add. Sometimes maybe you collect bank statement and you want to input all those expenses that they've incurred for a week or for a month or whatsoever. So it will take time to be if it is if you are inputting bulk expenses, it will take time to be done one by one. You can use this bulk add expense, today's date, or let's say yesterday. Category name. We spend money on what? On the transportation. How much? 200. No customer. I'm not attached to any customer, and no project attached to any project, and that's all. It's not billable. We are done with that. Then you come here and on today also, how much we spend. We pay our consultant. We pay him 10,000, and we move on. If you want to add tax, you add the tax. No tax, no tax. Just leave it like that. And let's add again. Today again. What else again do we have? We have IT expenses. We recharge, maybe pay for any IT or internet expenses. Let's make this one like 12,500. And that's all. So let's stop on those three and save. So if you have like 50, you will rather use the bulk upload than to be using one by one. So you can see they are not billable. The only one that is attached to our customer is Ajasco. If it is billable, you put billable there so that you can remember when you are billing Ajasco for his new job. Right now. So with this, it's easy to track your expenses without breaking anybody's house or without breaking anything. It's just free. Just free under this Zoho Invoice and receipt inbox. All your receipt whatsoever, you click on this and you can see that there. So here you want to export all the expenses, you can export it. All the expenses you have incurred for a month or want to show whatever. So these are the things you can do with your expenses using the software. So with keepers and other things too, you can also do the same thing. Keeper has the payment, okay, the bookkeeping aspect of it. Yeah, this one, I think this one will solve some other inventory problem compared to the one that we have for the retail businesses. So we have, that's how to manage our expenses using software. So there are still some other software which you can also learn online, but for the whole of the class, we are going to stay with the Zoho books and Zoho Invoice. So your report is still there. You can see all your report. You can always check anything you want to check with your report at any point in time. Can we move on? Now, are we good to go? Your assets and expenses. Can you see the report now? You can see your report here. And if you enjoy it and you want to subscribe for other Zoho apps, yeah, Zoho have so many apps. Zoho, and there is one other app that is as full as Zoho. It has almost everything. That is called Bitrix. Bitrix 24 is as good as Zoho. Bitrix 24. This app is also loaded. This Bitrix 24 is loaded with so many everything. So many things are there in this Bitrix 24. You can do so many. It can be used for so many things. So if you subscribe for any of these apps, you're going to enjoy your money. Exactly. But if you are doing it for businesses, yeah, it will make you look superhuman. At the same time, you'll be earning from them, and they will appreciate the job, because these are the things that you can quickly send to them. They can check online themselves and see how things are going, tax project and the rest.